Hello everyone, this is Dimitri and this is my persuasive speech on why practicing can help you get a better grade and boost your overall performance on building public speeches. So let's get started. Imagine standing in front of a room full of people completely blanking out on what to say next. Well, this was me during my last speech. Whether you're in school, at work, or trying to make a good impression, being able to speak clearly and confidently can open doors, give you a better grade, and possibly get you a better career or a promotion. After receiving a low grade for low performance, I made it a priority to prepare, and the results are going to show in this speech. Practicing your speech can mean the difference between looking unsure and unprepared, or looking confident and capable, which is a make it or break it. And let's be real, none of us want to be the person people feel awkward watching. So that's why I tried my best to practice really hard to give you the best result in this speech. Today I will explain how practicing your speech improves memory, reduces anxiety, and builds overall confidence, which are the three main components to have a really good speech. Practicing helps strengthen memory. Repetition helps encode your speech into long-term memory. Like the saying goes, practice, practice, practice makes perfect. Practicing helps organize ideas in a logical sequence. So when you don't practice and you're trying to straight read off your note cards and you don't know what you're saying, you might be bouncing around in ideas and your audience might get lost. Practicing helps you keep it in a straight guideline, which makes it go from point A to point B in a straight, perfectly flowing manner. A personal experience that I have in this matter is that I practiced by saying my speech out loud repeatedly, and eventually I was able to recall it just enough where I need my note cards just to read certain material, but overall can give you a projected idea. So my supporting source for this is by Smith. He did a study in 2020. He explained that spaced repetition strengthens memory retention. Going back to what I said earlier, practice, practice, practice makes perfect. And you're going to hear me say that a little bit more in this speech because I emphasize that because that's what my topic is about. And it's going to show you the improved results from my last speech in my last class, which was supposed to be 4 minutes and it was only 2.5, to now where I'm going to be able to do a full 6 to 8 minutes on this topic now. So now that you've seen how practice helps memory, let's look at how it eases anxiety, because if you know it in your head, great, but you're supposed to project it onto your audience easily, confidently, just like how we spoke before. Practicing reduces public speaking anxiety. Practicing reduces uncertainty, which is a major cause of anxiety. Familiarity with your material makes you feel more in control. If you know what you're talking about, it's going to be easier for you to get your audience to understand what you're trying to say. Before I practiced, I froze during speeches. Once I prepared ahead of time, I was able to stay calm and focused, as you guys see now. Like I said before, we did 2.5 minutes in a 4-minute speech. This one should be about 6 minutes on a full developed topic. With anxiety under control, with the supporting source is Jones and Lee in 2021. They found that rehearsal decreases nervousness in students. But this does not just apply to students, it applies to the adults, adolescents, students, non-students, people in their work. It applies to everyone doing anything related to public speaking. With anxiety under control, let's explore how practice builds confidence. Practicing builds confidence. Confidence grows through preparation. When you know your material, you feel more secure. The more you do it, the more you know. It's easy to understand. Listeners respond to speakers who appeal self-assured. The more confident you are, the more persuasive you are to your audience. And the more prepared you are, the more your audience is engaged because you got them to go from point A to point B very easily without bouncing around in ideas. And you have the confidence to assure them, to give them that reassurance that what you're saying is right or guides them in that right direction. After practicing fully, I performed better and hoping to receive a strong grade, which will boost my overall performance and confidence during SMC, USC, and my career that I'm currently in. My supporting evidence for this is by Taylor. They did a study in 2022 with students They discussed how rehearsal leads to improved speaker confidence, and that's a no-brainer because, like we said before, practice makes perfect. And it might not be on the first try, so you have to keep going until you get it. So far, we've covered how practice helps memory, anxiety, and boost confidence. Now we're going to wrap it up and walk over to our conclusion. Practicing improves memory by helping internalize your speech. It reduces anxiety by giving you control and familiarity. It boosts confidence by preparing you to speak clearly and powerfully, which is the presentation. Whether you're giving a speech in a class, a presentation at work, or even making a toast to a wedding. Preparation through practice is what sets apart a shaky speaker from a strong one. So next time that you have a public speech or anything to do with talking to an audience, make sure that you prepare so you can get them aboard your topic and make sure that you get them from point A to point B without confusing them and making sure it's a persuasive, easy speech. Thank you very much.